This is Jalen and Casey's Weekly Live. Welcome.
And we're live on Instagram
And YouTube.
We didn't announce Instagram because we just thought about it.
Yeah.
Like, why are we not including the Instagrammers on these lives? But we look good. I think I will.
But we are live again. We've been doing this fairly consistently now for on our Sundays. We appreciate everyone that tunes in. And everyone who watches back later. You guys know the drill. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know where you're watching from. And if you guys would also let me know in the comments if you would appreciate, because it's a little extra work, but I'll do it if you guys would appreciate it. What I say when we're going live, I always go off of Eastern time, which is our time zone. But I will include some of the other time zones of where you live if you would actually appreciate that. So I'll start including that and let you guys know when we're going live in your time. Because if I say 1:45 Eastern and you live in India, you know, unless you use a time zone converter, you're not going to know what that means for you.
Okay, you know,
yeah, Instagram's got a lot of stuff I'm trying to tell you to do.
Stop.
But yeah, so I was going to give it a few minutes and then we'll hop into today's topic. One more press. There you go. Now you're good.
Instagram Live. They give you a whole tutorial on how to use live while you're live. Like, I don't need to do all that.
And the first time being live on Instagram. So
I mean, yeah, they feel like y'all forgot how to go live. Like, okay.
But of course, for us, it is after church. Our son is taking his after church nap. Let us guys know if you went to church this morning, and shout out your church in the comments as well as the country or state or province that you're watching from. And give us a wave. Let us know you're there.
Legendary relationship. Hey, y'all.
So
thank you for joining us.
All right, little housekeeping updates on JCTV. If you guys have been watching the lives recently, you know that we've been working on getting the 24/7 live stream JCTV back up and running. I think what's wrong?
I know you put your hands on your face a lot.
Why not?
I don't know.
What's the problem?
Because it's a makeup person thing.
Oh, okay, I got you. That's not bad. You want to reason why I'm doing it? I'm trying to keep my face in one position because when I go like this, you can see the reflection in my glasses.
Well, take your glasses off.
But then I don't want to be squinting. If I start squinting, that's why I took my glasses off. But I don't like the reflection. I feel like it's distracting.
That's because you need your contacts.
Yeah, so I'm working on that.
That's a whole nother situation. Yeah.
But yes, JCTV live stream. I'm working on it. I fully believe I will have it ready by next week. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we'll go live like we usually do, and I'll be able to announce, hey, we're going live this evening or sometime next week with JCTV again. I've been working around the server, and I think we're just about there to make few more adjustments. Tomorrow there'll be another episode of the Jalen and Cacie stories.
Oh, so we launched Jalen and Cacie stories last week.
Yes.
So how many of you have watched our comeback of the Jalen and Cacie stories? Yeah. I really believe that was a really fire session there. Really enjoyed it. For those of you who are just joining in, if I'm looking this way, because we have YouTube live over here and Instagram is over here, so I'm doing one of these things.
Probably focusing posting on YouTube, so I'm sorry, it's a great, not gonna need love from me. I'm gonna be mostly focused on YouTube.
Okay, but we relaunched Jalen and Cacie stories after being away from doing that for a while last Monday, so that's up. It was fire. You need to go and check it out. Link in our bios for those of you who are on Instagram. Check it out. Like you said, JCTV is coming back. We had some technical issues with the server a few weeks ago, and so if you have been missing it, that is why. But we'll be back up and running hopefully next week. So we're really excited about that. We are in the process of working on some new programming, some new things. You guys, we've been in the lab, so to speak. We have been training, we've been working on stuff to make this better for you all because we love you guys and we really are passionate about the content that we put out. We mentioned a couple weeks ago about adding some new type of content to our channel, not just marriage, but we still will be talking about marriage and relationships, but lifestyle things that we are passionate about, that we really like. We are creators. We've been doing this for a long time. We've been in the space of media for a very long time. And it's just time for us to go ahead and express what God is putting us to do, because we really want to do that in the vein of Christianity. Share the gospel through every area of our lives.
So the first thing that's due will be tomorrow's episode of the Jalen
Hey,
Cacie
Miss
stories.
Drea.
Tomorrow's episode, because last week's episode, like she said, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. It was learn to serve, learn submission. That was part one in our series of how to be live godly as a single man. So tomorrow's episode that we're going to talk a little bit about today is honoring women. Honoring women. You got to read the comments because I can't see
She
them
said,
right now.
I read your book. It was a blessing. I sent an email. Oh, thank you for reading the book. We'll go back and
Yeah, I can't see the comments.
the comments went away for I got to finish reading it, but thank you for reading the book. For those of you who know about the book, you should know about this book. But I wrote a book on how to be happy and single, and it is available on Amazon right now. Also, if you go to jalencacie.com, you can get the book downloaded as a PDF. So now we're doing the male version of that with Jalen's lesson, which is like very awesome, powerful. The coming up Jalen Cacie story on tomorrow will be talking about honoring women.
Yeah, I'm trying to navigate your iPad here so I can get back to my notes. But I wanted to read the opening statement because it's a very good episode. I think it's even better than last week's episode. Last week was one of my favorite episodes, but I'm really looking forward to this one. And I just want to read the opening statement for it, which is, in a carnal world designed to abuse women, be a man that honors them, even behind closed doors.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's kind of, that gives you the idea of where we're going. And as a nice little surprise and a thank you to all of our loyal family friends, if you go on YouTube right now, look at our videos, we released a preview of it.
We got trailers, y'all.
Well, yeah, so it's a little clip. It's a short clip from the middle of the episode that is actually available to watch right now. We released it a few minutes ago. So go check that out if you want to get an idea of what the episode's about. And you can click, there's a link in the comments where you can actually go to where the premiere page is for the episode for tomorrow and set a reminder to get notified when it comes out. So be sure to check that out.
Amen.
So be sure to listen to that. So
I'll send an email based on understanding the book. Okay.
Yeah. So so honor women. And we just want to talk a little bit about that before you guys watch the episode. So that yeah, you do it. I can't see. Everybody's wondering why I'm struggling.
You don't have glasses off. Okay.
I took my glasses off, so I'm kind of struggling because I didn't like the reflection of what's going on. That's why I'm stumbling right now. Yes, but on the topic of honoring women, that to me was one of the most important things I had to learn before I got married, because this series that we're doing on Jalen Cacie Stories is about men who have an eye on marriage. You want to be married. You're unmarried right now. You have an eye toward marriage. But there's certain things that I think are very valuable to understand, to grow in, to learn. And one of the things that I learned, and I don't think I realized that I was learning it until I could kind of go back and put things in perspective, but I realized how important it was, and aspects of it that I didn't learn that I wish I had. And that was to honor and respect for women. And as Christian men, you would like to think and assume that we honor women and that we treat them well and treat them equally. But that's not always the case. And I'm not even talking about being domineering over women or treating them like they're less than, or, they're not as smart as you, or things like that. I'm talking about something more intrinsic, that's subtle, something that kind of goes into the nature of how men deal with women that you or your wife would maybe never even know about the way you think.
Things that become instinctual by your culture that you are raised in. And unfortunately, in this world, we have been, our culture does not teach us how to engage in honoring women. And I mean, it goes both ways too, but we definitely see subjugation of women a lot. And even though we got all these laws, we legislate all these things, but that does not change the heart condition of a person. So learning how to honor a woman, you have to be taught that by action. We can say a lot of things out of our mouths, but if we're not taught that, if it's not seen in our home, if it's not seen in our school, if it's not seen in places that we go, we're not going to just know how to honor.
Well, we're going to go. Let's go deep in this. Truly, the only way a boy growing up is going to know how to respect a woman is just by his father's teaching him. That is the only way. A woman can't even teach. Can't raise a boy to respect women. You see a lot of cases where you have a single mother in the home and she got a son, and that boy, he loves his mama. Even you see sometimes people who become successful athletes, rappers, things like that, they love their mama. But there's also this other side where you see them basically being whoremongers, and just like running through women. And it's like, there's this disconnect. You're thinking like you love and honor your mother so much, but for some reason it's this disconnect where you treat women like a dog, and it's like, how does that happen? How can you love your mother so much? But a mother can't teach a boy how he's supposed to respect women. He has to see it from a father or a father figure. Has to be the one to do it. And that's egregiously what we're lacking in society.
Oh, for sure.
Those father figures teaching young boys how to do it. But before you get married, it's important to settle that issue of how you treat and handle and respect women before you get married, because you will carry that mindset into marriage. And you'll wonder why you have a disdain for your wife or treat her a certain way. It's because that programming was never dealt with. There's a renewing of the mind that has to take place.
Absolutely. And talk about mind renewal. We talked about that today in church today, about renewing your mind. Like, that's your part. I don't care how long you've been saved, you've been born again, you feel the Holy Ghost, but that part, God left it up to you to renew your mind, because that is where your soul, that is where your free will is. That's where your choice is. You have to choose to do the word. You have to choose to honor. You have to make that choice. God will not force you to do anything, because otherwise it wouldn't be real. God didn't create us puppets. He didn't create us to be slaves. So we have to renew our mind to the word of God on how to treat women, how to treat each other, and things like that. So this is what this lesson tomorrow is going to be about. I'm really excited to release that. Jalen does most of the talking on this one, because obviously it's coming from his perspective of being a man and learning this lesson. But we also talk a little bit about how women allow it to be. So, it goes both ways. We got men who don't know how to respect women, and women don't know how to be respected. We don't even know how. And I see a lot of problems where if a man attempts to respect a woman, we will almost kind of shy away from that man, because we feel like, well, you try to make me feel lesser than. You try to make me, I'm equal as you, whatever. Nobody's coming after equality. This man is just trying to be respectful to you. And we don't even know how to receive that respect, because, again, we weren't taught how to receive respect. We weren't really taught how to respect ourselves and how to present ourselves in a respectable way. And I know some of you probably think, oh, what that mean? I got to be in a robe all day, covered up to my neck. No, but we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, we do. Tomorrow. We actually directly talk about that, because I'll give you a little preview. What a bulk of the discussion tomorrow tackles is this issue right here, is that what men have a tendency to do is we want to be leaders in everything. We know the Bible says the leadership of a man, head house, all that. We love that part, right? Yeah, men, be manly men, be in charge, be leaders. And yet we do this thing that's very unleader-like, where we will say, we'll allow a woman to dictate to us how we treat her. And it's like, well, that's okay, right? Well, listen to what I'm saying. Because if a woman presents herself in a way that's dishonorable to her own self, if she presents herself in a way that is less than how God sees her, a man will say, well, if she's inviting that, if that's what she wants, well, I'm only looking because you put it out there for me to look. I only addressed you this way because you presented to me that was okay. This way of passing the buck, pushing off the responsibility. And what does that sound like? It goes back to the garden.
I'm about to say.
It goes right back to the garden where Adam said, this woman that you've given me. And so what's happening is that's the ultimate test of manhood. Do you have a self-rule? Do you have a standard that you hold to no matter what anyone else is doing? Or do you pass the buck and say, well, I only did this because this person put the pressure on me to, or because they allowed me to? And that's how men on a grand scale tend to handle women. They'll swear up and down. I respect women, and I treat them respectfully. But if a woman comes to you and presents herself in a way that disrespects her own self, you'll go with it. If that's how she presents herself, you'll go along with it and say, well, that's how she said it was okay to treat her. No. You have a standard, and you treat her with respect, even if she's not treating herself with respect. Right. Now, it's not your job to teach her anything or to try to train her. Or I've seen men try to be Superman and trying to go and teach women how to. That's not your job. Okay, stay in your lane. But your job is to hold a standard of how you treat them, because what you are doing is being an ambassador for Christ. Yes. That is what we've been instructed to do as believers, straight across the board, men and women. And so when you're handling women, and you're an unmarried man, and definitely as a married man, but as an unmarried man handling women, no matter how they approach you, no matter what lack of boundaries they have, no matter how they dress, that doesn't give you permission to violate the standard that Christ set for you. He's the standard that you live up to. You don't adjust your standard based on who you're dealing with. You treat everybody based on the way Jesus would treat them in that situation. And that's going to be with honor and respect because you understand the inherent value that human beings have. And even if you're encountering a young woman who puts more value on her body parts and dresses in a certain way and talks in a certain way, that shows that that's what she's emphasizing. You, man, as a Christian man, understand that her value is something inherent that God put in her, and she was made in the image of God. And so you handle her that way, not according to how she, and if you need to set boundaries because she's crossing those boundaries, you set those boundaries. You know, I made an example in the video. You know, different people have different boundaries as far as touching and things. And maybe this is someone that you're in a workplace and she gives hugs to everybody and all the men give hugs back. But if you've got a boundary that says, no, I don't do that, I respectfully just do handshakes, and you set that standard.
Yeah.
You don't adjust that just because someone's doing something
just
different.
because somebody's standing in the middle of the street doesn't give you the right to run them over. I mean, that's just kind of how it is.
Yeah.
Like, we got to stop taking liberty just because somebody offer it to you.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it right. But, you know, we talk about that in great detail on tomorrow on Jalen Cacie's stories. That will be premiering in the morning.
I've got it set for, depends on where you live, 12 p.m. our time.
Yeah.
So adjust that with a time zone converter based on where you live to find out what your time frame is going to be.
But I'm excited about that, and just I'm excited about everything that God is just showing us, you know, during this season of our lives and during this season of Jalen Cacie story, things like that. I'm grateful for every person that tunes in, either live or replay or watches our programming. Oh, hey, she watching from Jamaica. Hey, Esther from Jamaica. Thank you for joining us.
Watching.
Thank you. What time is it? What time? I'm not good with the whole time zone thing. What time is it in Jamaica right now? Actually, I have a relative right now who's in Jamaica enjoying her life right now. I wish I could be there. 1:01 p.m. Okay, it's not too bad. Okay, because it is
2:01 here. So yeah, it's our back.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. I wish I was in Jamaica right now enjoying some sun and nice water, but it is all good. Yeah. Anything you want to say?
No. I mean, how long have we been on? Again, I can't see the screen.
17 minutes.
17 minutes. Okay. I got you. That's good.
We're doing better because sometimes, you know, I know we can be long-winded. We have like these hour-long sessions, but we're trying to be better, trying to keep things within like 30 minutes or so.
And we got to shoot today because we're going to record part 3 of the Jalen Cacie stories. So you guys will watch part 2 tomorrow. We're recording part 3 today for next week.
I am curious, though, for those of you who are online right now, where do you follow us the most? Do you follow us on Instagram or do you follow us on YouTube? Or do both? We also on Facebook. We're not as active on Facebook. Facebook's just kind of like
everything from Instagram posts to Facebook automatically. That's how we.
And we're also on TikTok. If you didn't know, we're on TikTok as well. Same tag, Jalen Cacie. SSS is YouTube. So if you follow us on Instagram, if you don't follow the Instagram too, because Instagram is kind of like where we do all of our updates, like immediate updates and things like that. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, go ahead and do Instagram if you are on Instagram. If not,
and if you are subscribed to us, watch us right now, make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can
know when we're
because we want to start releasing more videos now. We're kind of on a better schedule. And like I said, that preview video for tomorrow's video is actually in the description of this video. So hit the description and check it, and you hit that link to watch the preview for tomorrow's video.
Oh, that's fine. You don't have to have Instagram at all. I'm just curious as to know where most of our followers view us on, whether Instagram or YouTube. You don't have to have Instagram. I know some people don't like Instagram, and that's fine. But I'm just curious as to where most of our followers.
We're also on TikTok too.
Yeah, we said TikTok as well.
Yeah. So that's most of our platforms at the moment. But yeah, we just want to give you guys a little preview of tomorrow's video. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, and convert that to whatever your time is. Again, let me know in the comments where you're watching from for everybody who's going to watch this on replay. And also, if you would appreciate if I did start putting time zones, everybody's different time zones when I post about when we're going live, when videos are coming out, if that would be helpful to you. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. We're going to go get to work on next week's video and shoot that and get it going so we can get more content for you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Love you guys. See you next time.
Bye.